Welcome back to our channel, Valuable Coins Hub. These rare states $quarter coins make people rich. Let's find out why. Don't miss out one of these who know a single coin could make you rich. Number 1. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be hiding right under your nose. It's not just any coin. It's the 2001 Vermont state quarter. And trust me, this one has some serious surprises that collectors are going wild over. Whether you found it in your pocket change, tucked in an old drawer, or sitting unnoticed in your coin jar, you're going to want to take a very close look at it now. The Vermont quarter was released as part of the legendary 50 state quarters program, and from the moment it was minted, it stood out with its peaceful and powerful design. The coin beautifully captures the essence of Vermont, showing the iconic Camel's Hump Mountain and the sugar maple trees, with a man tapping them for sap. This is more than just a coin. It's a small piece of American history, frozen in silver-toned copper, right in the palm of your hand. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Some of these Vermont quarters were struck with errors so rare that collectors have paid jaw-dropping prices to own them. These aren't your ordinary, everyday coins. They're little treasures, and when you know what to look for, you'll never see your pocket change the same way again. Imagine flipping through a roll of quarters and suddenly spotting a Vermont coin with a dramatic off-center strike. That means the coin was stamped with the design misaligned, and depending on how far off the image is, it can make the coin 10, 20, or even 30 times more valuable to collectors. Some of these error coins were found in places like Denver and Philadelphia, and lucky finders managed to auction them off for serious cash in online sales. There's also the incredible double die variety. This happens when the coin is struck more than once with a slight shift, causing a doubling effect, often seen on the lettering or tree branches. These errors can be very subtle, so if you've got a magnifying glass or even just sharp eyes, take a close look at your 2001 Vermont quarter, because a single double die coin in excellent condition has sold for hundreds, and in one auction, even more. Collectors also watch for coins with full strike and strong details. Look at the mountain lines, the grooves in the maple trees, and the sharpness of the man's figure tapping the sap. A coin with a strong strike and no wear, especially one graded mint state or higher, can grab serious attention at shows and online platforms. Another fascinating variety is the missing clad layer. These are the coins that left the mint with a coppery red surface instead of the usual silvery shine, because they're missing the top nickel layer. Not only do they stand out immediately, but their value can soar just from the visual uniqueness alone. Collectors are hunting for these coins, and they've been seen listed and sold for surprising amounts at coin shops across cities like Dallas, Chicago, and San Francisco. Let's talk collector tips, because if you're a coin lover or someone just starting to dig into this amazing world, this is gold for your ears. Always check both sides of the Vermont quarter, not just for errors, but for luster, color, and edge condition. A clean, bright quarter with no discoloration and a well-centered strike can be a candidate for grading. And trust me, once you get it professionally graded, the price can leap from pocket change to prize collectible status. Keep your eye out for those coins with original mint shine and no scratches, because those are the ones that really stand out in the eyes of dealers and serious buyers. And if you find a coin that feels slightly thicker, thinner, or even slightly off in color, don't dismiss it. It could be a mint error just waiting to be recognized and valued. Many coin enthusiasts out there are building full state quarter collections, and the Vermont quarter is one they're always eager to complete, especially those collectors who focus only on the finest, most unusual, or high-grade specimens. For them, a rare Vermont error or a near-perfect strike is a crown jewel. And here's something that'll really fire up your interest. One Vermont quarter with a rare mint error, a rotated die alignment, sold for a high price at a coin auction in New York. Another collector reportedly got a mint state Vermont quarter with a full strike and an off-center error certified and sold it in Las Vegas for an amazing amount. These aren't rumors. These are real cases that prove how one small coin can carry big value if you know what to look for. So the next time you see that beautiful 2001 Vermont quarter with the flowing sap trees and quiet mountain, don't just toss it aside. Look closer, because what might seem like just a common coin could actually be your next rare treasure. Collectors across the country are paying top dollar for quarters with rare striking errors, double dies, and missing layers. These coins aren't just pieces of metal. They're pieces of history and passion with real value. And before we wrap up, let me give you the one number you've been waiting for. The original market value of the 2001 Vermont quarter was only 25 cents. That's right, just a quarter. But now, some rare examples are selling for many times that amount, turning pocket change into collector gold. Number 2, we're talking about a coin that has collectors fired up from coast to coast. It's bold, it's beautiful, and in some cases, it's bringing in serious money. I'm talking about the 2005 Kansas State Quarter, and trust me, there's way more going on with this coin than meets the eye. Now this isn't just any old quarter. This is a coin that was minted with power, pride, and a strong connection to American history. With its stunning design featuring a proud American bison standing tall on the Kansas plains and those golden rays of the sun bursting behind it. This coin tells a story of strength and simplicity all in one image. But while the design might seem straightforward, the truth is, there's some wild stuff going on beneath the surface. And that's what makes this Kansas quarter so exciting for collectors. Some of these Kansas quarters were struck with mint errors so rare and fascinating. They've become legendary in the world of coin collecting. And one of the most famous of them all is the one collectors call the "In God We Rust" coin. Yes, you heard that right. Due to a filled die error where part of the letter T in the word trust was blocked during the minting process, some Kansas quarters left the U.S. Mint actually reading "In God We Rust." And collectors went absolutely wild for it. That kind of error doesn't just make a coin interesting, it makes it desirable. And when demand goes up, value follows right behind. These unique error coins have been found all over, from small towns in Missouri to large banks in Los Angeles. And when collectors get their hands on one in clean condition, they often hold onto it or sell it at auctions where bidding can get intense. There are also examples of Kansas quarters with dramatic die cracks, off-center strikes, and even double dies, each one offering something just a little different, a little more unique, and a whole lot more valuable to the right buyer. Some collectors have even reported finding a Kansas quarter with a strong die clash, where parts of the reverse image appear ghosted onto the obverse. And that kind of mistake turns heads in the collecting world fast. If you're a coin lover, you already know the smallest detail can make the biggest difference. That's why it's important to know what to look for. Flip that Kansas quarter over in the light and check every single word and image closely. Look at the buffalo's legs, the grass under its feet, the letters, the sun rays. That's where clues hide. That's where treasures wait. Now for collectors out there trying to build the full state quarter collection. The Kansas quarter is a must-have, but when they get their hands on one with an error, especially that "In God We Rust" variety, the excitement level goes through the roof. These kinds of quarters often end up in protective cases, graded by professionals and shown off proudly at coin shows and online forums alike. One Kansas quarter with a bold filled die error was found in a small collection in Ohio and sold at an estate auction for a surprisingly high price. Another collector from Arizona discovered an off-center Kansas quarter while searching through rolls from the bank and sold it to a local coin shop for more than anyone would expect from a single coin that originally came from pocket change. If you're hunting for these quarters, my tip is simple but powerful. Always examine the motto on the obverse first. That "In God We Rust" error is so iconic, it practically has its own fan base. Next, look for doubling in the lettering or any misalignments in the bison figure. And don't ignore the edges or thickness of the coin. Some planchet errors are subtle but seriously valuable. Also, take care of the condition. If you've got a Kansas quarter with no scratches, strong luster, and a crisp strike, don't spend it. Put it aside, keep it safe, and consider getting it professionally graded because its value can go far beyond what you might think just by looking at it. Now let's not forget why this is so fun. This isn't just about hunting for money. It's about uncovering hidden gems in places no one expects. These coins are like buried treasure, just waiting to be spotted, appreciated, and preserved by someone who truly understands their value. So if you've got a Kansas quarter in your pocket or in your collection, take a moment, give it a good look, and remember, some of these coins have made collectors in cities like Denver, Houston, and even New York smile big after discovering what was really in their change. And now, the most important part. The original market value of the 2005 Kansas quarter was just 25 cents. Yes, only a quarter. But today, some of these error varieties are being bought, sold, and auctioned off for prices that'll make your head spin. Number 3. If you've ever come across a 2013 White Mountain quarter from the United States of America, you better not let it slip past without a good look, because this piece of metal carries more than just change. It carries history, beauty, and in rare cases, a collector's dream. This quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, and it honors the White Mountain National Forest in New Hampshire. Just take one glance at the design and you'll feel like you're standing right there in the crisp forest air, looking up at those towering birch trees and the mighty Mount Chocorua in the background. It's peaceful, it's powerful, and it's packed with meaning. But here's where things get thrilling. Some of these quarters were struck with rare errors that turn an ordinary coin into a hot collectible worth far more than its face value. Imagine finding one of these quarters and seeing a double die on the reverse side, where the trees look like they've got an echo effect or the letters have a strange shadow behind them. These aren't printing mistakes, they're minting errors that happen when the die stamps the coin slightly off twice, and collectors go absolutely wild for these kinds of anomalies. There's also the off-center strike, and when a White Mountain quarter is misaligned during the stamping process, you might get a coin where part of the image is pushed off the edge or a rim is missing entirely on one side. These aren't common, and that's exactly what makes them valuable. Collectors from places like Portland, Maine to San Diego, California have been spotting these errors and cashing in. Some through auctions, others in private sales or coin shows. Now let's talk about the planchet errors. Coins that are struck on defective or thin planchets, making the image look warped or incomplete. These are so rare, but when found, they create a buzz in the collector world. One White Mountain quarter with a clipped planchet, meaning a small part of the coin was missing from the edge, was sold in a collector event in Boston for a surprisingly high price because it was certified and in great condition. If you're a collector or someone who just loves the thrill of hunting for that one special coin, here's my advice. Examine every single 2013 White Mountain quarter you come across. Use a magnifier, check for doubling in the lettering, inspect the trees and the horizon line, and most importantly, hold the coin under good lighting to catch any signs of minting flaws or surface irregularities. Pay special attention to the edges of the coin. Many error coins show their secrets on the rim, whether it's partial reading, extra metal, or signs of pressure damage from the striking process. These little clues might seem small at first, but in the world of coin collecting, they make all the difference between a regular quarter and one that collectors would compete to own. And condition matters too. If your White Mountain quarter is shiny, clean, with a strong strike and no signs of circulation wear, hold on to it. Coins in brilliant uncirculated condition are always in high demand, and if they happen to also carry an error, that value jumps instantly. You might even want to send it in for grading, because a certified mint state coin can open doors to serious offers at auctions or coin dealer shows. There's something magical about this particular coin. It doesn't shout with bold color or fancy features, but its peaceful beauty hides rare surprises that only a sharp eye and a little patience can reveal. That's what makes the White Mountain quarter such a thrill to collect. It's quiet on the outside, but powerful when you know what you're looking for. Collectors across the country are actively hunting for this specific coin with rare errors, and there are reports of these quarters selling in places like Charlotte, North Carolina, and Phoenix, Arizona for prices that stunned even experienced dealers. It's a coin that represents America's natural beauty, but also the unpredictable nature of the minting process, which means any single White Mountain quarter could be holding a one-of-a-kind error right now, sitting in someone's pocket or tucked in a coin jar just waiting to be found. And now, here's what brings it full circle. The original market value of the 2013 White Mountain quarter was just 25 cents. But when a rare error is discovered, when the coin is clean, crisp, and certified, that 25-cent coin can turn into a valuable and treasured piece in the collector world. Number 4, we're talking about the 2001 Rhode Island quarter. And if you've got one or happen to find one soon, you better keep it close and pay attention to every little detail because some of these coins are worth way more than you'd ever expect. Now let's step back for a second and look at how stunning this coin really is. Released as part of the legendary 50-state quarters program, the Rhode Island quarter was minted in honor of the ocean state and its proud maritime heritage. And right on the reverse, you see the beautiful sailboat gliding across Narragansett Bay with the Pell Bridge standing proudly in the distance. It's a design that captures both motion and calm, tradition, and elegance, all in one coin. But don't let that peaceful image fool you, because hidden inside this calm and collected design are some wild and valuable surprises. You see, not every Rhode Island quarter was minted perfectly, and for collectors, those small imperfections are golden opportunities. One of the most thrilling errors that's been spotted is the off-center strike. Just imagine pulling a Rhode Island quarter from your change and seeing the entire sailboat pushed slightly to one side, with the rim incomplete or distorted. That's a major error that instantly makes the coin rare and highly sought after by collectors across the country. Another rarity is the die crack error, and on the Rhode Island quarter, this can appear like small jagged lines running across the water or even near the bridge. These tiny cracks in the die leave raised lines on the coin surface, and when you find one in great condition, you've got something that coin shows and dealers will absolutely love to see. There's also the possibility of finding a double die variety, especially on the lettering. Look closely at the words Rhode Island or the Ocean State, because any signs of doubled letters could mean you're holding a special piece that never should have made it into circulation in the first place. These varieties are so subtle, but when they're confirmed by collectors or graders, the value goes way up fast. Even more fascinating is the missing clad layer error. This makes the coin appear coppery on one side, almost like a penny, because it's missing its top nickel layer. These rare planchet errors are extremely eye-catching and almost always fetch attention at coin shops, collector markets, and online auctions. One such Rhode Island quarter with a missing clad layer was sold in a collector's show in Orlando, and it created quite a buzz among serious buyers. If you're a collector, beginner, or expert, here's what you need to do. Every time you get change or go through a roll of quarters, check every Rhode Island coin from 2001. Don't rush it. Use a magnifying glass if you need to and study both sides carefully. Focus on the lettering, the bridge lines, the sails on the boat, and especially the edges of the coin. And don't forget to check for luster and sharp details. A coin that still has its original mint shine, with no scratches or signs of wear, will always catch a collector's eye faster than a worn one. Especially when paired with a rare error, those coins can go from common to valuable instantly. The Rhode Island quarter is one that many collectors want to include in their full state quarter sets. But when you add a unique flaw or rare variety to the mix, that same coin becomes a top-tier treasure, and people are willing to pay more to make it theirs. There have been confirmed sales of rare Rhode Island quarters in places like Chicago, Phoenix, and Atlanta, where local coin dealers have picked them up for impressive prices. And online auction houses have seen collectors bidding hard over just a single rare error coin from this series. It's wild how one small error can make a coin jump in demand, but that's the magic of collecting. A simple quarter turns into something exciting, something valuable, something worth showing off and protecting for years to come. Now here's what matters most. The original market value of the 2001 Rhode Island quarter was just 25 cents. That's right, just a regular quarter in your pocket. But when a rare error is involved, that same coin can rise in value and become one of the most exciting pieces in a collection. Number 5, and last rare coin. We are diving into a coin that's not only mysterious and powerful in design, but also turning heads in the collector's world for its rare errors and rising value. So if you've got one or you've seen one, don't you dare scroll away or blink. I'm talking about the United States of America quarter dollar. The Effigy Mounds 2017 quarter. You better stay tuned because there's something very special hiding within this coin, and you're going to want to hear every word of it. Now just imagine holding a coin that connects you directly to ancient history, deep culture, and sacred ground. That's exactly what the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter represents. Released as part of the America the Beautiful series, this coin pays tribute to the Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa, and it features aerial-style depictions of sacred mounds shaped like animals, created by Native American cultures centuries ago. This design is breathtaking, respectful, and unlike any other quarter in circulation today. But don't be fooled by the calm look of this coin, because some of these quarters were released with shocking mint errors that turned ordinary change into collectible gold. Collectors from all across the country have been on the hunt for rare versions of this coin, and some of them have already made exciting finds. Let's talk about what to look for. One of the most talked about errors on the Effigy Mounds quarter is the double die, where parts of the design, especially the lettering or the animal mounds themselves, appear slightly duplicated or shadowed. These are not surface scratches or smudges. They are true mint errors that happen during the coin stamping process and when spotted, can raise the value of the coin tremendously. And then there's the off-center strike. Imagine flipping a quarter and seeing that the entire design is leaning to one side, or the edge is missing part of the image. These off-center coins are rare and eye-catching, and when found in clean condition, collectors absolutely want them in their hands. There have also been reports of Effigy Mounds quarters with die cracks or die chips, small raised lines or blobs of metal that show where the minting machine itself wore out or malfunctioned. These coins become one-of-a-kind pieces, and when graded properly, they've been seen selling for impressive prices at coin expos and local shops from California to Florida. And how about a missing clad layer? Yes, that's right. Some coins were struck without their full metal layering, giving the quarter a deep copper tone on one side or an unusual shine. These visually stand out, and one such error coin was sold in a collector's auction in Texas for well above what anyone would expect from a quarter found in circulation. Now let's get into some real talk for collectors. If you're someone who loves the thrill of the hunt, the Effigy Mounds quarter is one you should absolutely be looking out for. First, always examine the mounds on the reverse. Check for any signs of doubling, irregular spacing, or extra marks that shouldn't be there. Then flip to the obverse, the side with George Washington, and check the edges, the words, and even the fields for signs of cracks, chips, or softness in the image that might hint at a striking error. You'll also want to look at the overall shine and condition. A quarter with strong luster and no scratches or wear marks is already a keeper. But if it also carries an error, that's when things really get exciting. Those coins can be sent off for professional grading. And once they're slabbed and certified, collectors line up to get their hands on them. People have found these quarters in their change from stores, in rolls from the bank, and even stuck inside old coin jars in the attic. And when they realized what they had, well, let's just say some of them walked into coin shows with wide smiles and walked out with a whole lot more than just 25 cents. Even newer collectors are getting into it because this quarter isn't from 100 years ago, it's from 2017. That means it's still out there, still moving through pockets and registers, still hiding in plain sight just waiting to be found by someone who knows what to look for. So let this be your moment. Your signal to start checking your change, flipping through your rolls, and scanning every Effigy Mounds quarter that comes your way. Because while most people will see just another coin, you might be the one who spots the rare gem. And now let's bring it all back to where it started. The original market value of the Effigy Mounds 2017 quarter was only 25 cents. But today, the right version of this coin with a rare mint error and clean condition could be worth much more, especially in the hands of the right collector or at the right auction. So don't let this opportunity slip past. Check your coins, trust your eyes, and who knows, maybe your next quarter could be the one that makes headlines. If you've got one, don't ignore it. Check it carefully, hold on to it tight, and if you spot an error, protect it like gold, because the next big find could be in your own hands right now. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep discovering the rarest, most valuable coins out there, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a single story from the world of hidden coin treasures. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.